Hey guys, it's Wednesday. It's day 3, about 5 o'clock, so I'm mostly through the day, and I'm driving on my way from Kansas City down into Arkansas somewhere. I don't know where I'm going to stop, preferably where it's warm. But stopped at a gas station, got some snacks. Excited for that. But the Lord's been speaking to me a lot recently about Caleb, as in Joshua and Caleb, and I believe that God is raising up a Caleb generation. In the book of Numbers, God describes Caleb as a man of a different spirit. God's speaking to Moses, and he's talking about how all the Israelites above the age of 40 are going to wander in the wilderness until they're dead, because they refuse to have faith in God. They refuse to put faith in God, even though he's done all these things for them. But he says, I'm going to wipe them out, save Caleb, for he is a man of a different spirit, and he has fully followed the Lord. When God talks to somebody about me, I want God to say, there's something about Justin. He's a man of a different spirit, and he fully follows me. He follows me not only when I'm yelling, but when I'm whispering. He follows me in the fire, and he follows me in the storm, and he follows me in the calm. He's a man of a different spirit, and that's what I want God to say about me. And there's something else about Caleb that I just love. I believe it's Joshua. For some reason I'm thinking Joshua 14. A little ways into the chapter, I believe. I could be wrong. Just pulling out of memory. Memory's not too good with only like 3 hours of sleep. But Caleb goes over to Joshua, and this is 45 years after Caleb and Joshua and the other 10 spies went into the promised land. Excuse me. And Caleb says to Joshua, "Do you remember the word that the Lord spoke to Moses on that day, saying that I would have the mountain that I walked on? You remember the word that God gave to Moses, saying he would give me that mountain as an inheritance? Well, I've come to ask for my inheritance. And I may be 85 years old today, but I am as good now as I was then. I am as strong for war right now as I was 45 years ago when we first went into the land. Give me my mountain, and if God is with me, I will take it, even though there are fortified cities." Now that was my paraphrase of it. And definitely read it for yourself, definitely. Because that's a life-changing portion of Scripture right there. Because for 45 years, what kept Caleb going was that one day he saw that mountain. He may have wandered in the wilderness for 45 years, watching everybody else his age, everybody else around him die. But there was a time 45 years ago when he saw a mountain, and he heard the voice of the Lord saying, "That is your mountain." And when times were hard in the wilderness, it was the thought of that mountain that kept him going. It wasn't the thought of, well, tomorrow I'm going to wake up and there's going to be manna on the ground, and I'm going to go collect some food. That's what most people were doing. Most people were saying, oh, how can I eat tomorrow? How can I eat today? How can I feed people today? How can I get my family going today? Whereas Caleb was saying, I remember that mountain. I remember that mountain, and that's what keeps me going. Come on. We need people who are going to catch sight of a mountain. We need people who are going to go into the place of prayer and labor and travail and fight and wrestle with God until God shows them a mountain. And when God shows you that mountain, whatever it may be, just the thought of that mountain will sustain you your whole life. Just the thought of taking that mountain for the Lord will keep you going through any wilderness. And when others begin to settle and live normal lives, and when the thought creeps into your mind, well, maybe I should just go along with everybody else. Maybe mean, maybe my biggest hope should be collecting manna every morning. Don't do it. Don't judge yourself based on what people around you are doing. Pray that God shows you a mountain, and then do whatever it takes to take that mountain for him.